Hey guys, I'm Joe Schmoe. I like to talk about collectibles and crypto, and welcome to my show. Today is March 21st, 2021, and what I'd like to talk about today is collectibles of old and new and how it pertains to crypto. So to start, we'll start with the old stuff. When I was a kid, I collected these, which are my Pokemon cards. These are most of them I know, but I have quite a bit. I still keep them. I like them. But they were in the physical form. Here's 2 cards. And what I want to show you is, as a collectible, there's things you got to know about what you're collecting. So this is a good example of 2 Machamps, holographic. Both of them have the stamp of first edition. But if you notice, to a trained eye and people who know, this one has a shadow on the border, and this one is shadowless. And not only that, when you see a shadowless, I know on the bottom here, the copyright has 1999 included, and this one will not. So there are differences. This one's a lot more rare than this one. The shadowless are more rare. They're an earlier edition, an earlier print off. Anything that's more rare and usually original, like the first few created or whatever, or the first runoff, first print, they're worth more money. So that's what I know about the Pokemon cards. I got a ton that are actually shadowless because I collected them, I guess, early on when I was a kid. So that's one example of an older collectible. And I also want to talk about another collectible that I collected as a kid. And that was Crazy Bones, also known as Go-Go's. Here's an example. I got 3 different Eggies, a yellow, a green, and a brown. And again, it's physical, which we're going to get to newer collectibles, the NFTs, which are related to blockchain technology and crypto, which are digital. And I'm going to compare the 2. So Crazy Bones, they came in, I got an old pack here. You can see they're called Go-Go's, Crazy Bones. Made in Spain, distributed by Toy Craze Inc. in Cleveland, Ohio. Stickers would come in the pack, so I got a ton of stickers. And sometimes they came with, where's my little book? Here we go. Sometimes, like, here's the sports, I guess, set of them. Sometimes they come with books so you can check off which ones you have and see which ones are available and hope you get the ones you want in your pack. But anyway, today we have NFTs. And those use blockchain technology, and it's been a real game changer for the collectible world, because if you tried making a digital piece of art or collectible, you can always have it hacked, duplicated, even with like a timestamp of saying when it was created and who created it, you can manipulate that. And the thing about blockchain technology is that you can't manipulate the blockchain. No one's done it, and it was designed to not be manipulated or hacked. So when people make their NFTs, whether it's an image or music or whatever, they mint their tokens. The tokens are put on the blockchain, and right there you can't manipulate it. So you see who the creator is, who was the first one to create such a piece of art or piece of music. So if someone tries to duplicate it, you can see who made it first. If it also takes into account rarity. If an artist posted only, 15 of a certain image that they sold as NFT, non-fungible tokens, those 15 could be bought up, and even if the creator minted more later on, they're still different. They're not the original minting. It's like it's like reprinting. And that goes kind of with the whole concept of these cards. One's more rare than the other because one was an earlier print off than the other. And you can tell by the shadow and the copyright at the bottom, but if you couldn't tell, well, I guess you couldn't tell. But with blockchain technology, you can always tell, because you can always look at the public ledger and see, again, who was the first one to put it down, to mint it, how many were there, and if anything comes after, it's pretty much a knockoff or a fake or a scam, or it's just not going to be as valuable. Because even if, like, Leonardo da Vinci, he paints the Mona Lisa, and today it's very valuable, very famous, but say he decided, I'm going to print another Mona Lisa. Say he thinks he decides to do that 2 years later, and he makes it look exactly the same as the first one. Well, which one's more valuable? The first, obviously, especially if you can tell which one is the first. The original is always going to be more valuable. So again, if an artist in the NFT world makes a run of their art, chances are they're not going to make another run just to increase the supply, because it's not the same as when they posted the first time. So that's the idea behind it. And I made my own NFTs. I made 50 different types. I have commons, uncommons, and one rare. The one rare is just a single. There's only one. For my uncommons, there are 5 of each, and there's 9 different uncommons. And then I made 40 commons, and each of them, there's 10 of them. So there's more. But now if you think about the whole world, even the uncommon is pretty rare. If there's only 10 of one of my NFTs, that's very rare. The reason I did that is because I have pretty much no following, so it's not like I'm going to make hundreds and hundreds of these, because people are just not going to really want them. They're going to think they're way too common, buying something that common from a Joe Schmoe. So I started off small. If I develop a following, later NFTs that I create, I'll probably be making them in larger quantities so more people can acquire them. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. So the thumbnail of this video is an image of my NFTs. I call them face coins. They're these cool little characters. I make them in Microsoft Paint because that's what I'm good at. I'm not good at Adobe or Inkscape or Photoshop or anything. I've been using Microsoft Paint since I was a kid. So it's what I'm comfortable using, and I like the type of art, I like the type of look. It reminds me of Super Nintendo and stuff, so it's kind of nostalgic to me. So I made my 50, I minted them. They're these characters called face coins. If you click on them, viewing them on my website, or where I have them posted for sale on Rarible, in which I have a link below for both. If you click on them, they all have a flavor text. And if you don't know what a flavor text is, I'll show you another example of a physical collectible that pretty much is inspiration for me to do that. And that's if you know Magic the Gathering. Okay, you got a creature card right here. You got how much they cost, what their name is, down here what the card does when you play it. But on the very bottom here, and I'm sorry that it's not that easy to see, but on the bottom here is just a text that really means nothing. It's just there for fun and to add to like the card's like character. And what it says is this, it says, finding the way once is luck. Finding the way twice takes a good map. So it's just a saying. It has nothing to do with the gameplay of the game. But like I said, it's fun. It makes it more in-depth, makes you more emotionally attached to the card, whether you like it when you use it playing or whether you just like it as a collectible. So I did the same thing. So if you click on my face coins, each of them says something different. Some of them are quotes, some of them are descriptions. And I have an example of 3 that I'll read off to you. So one of my face coin characters, his name is Gov, because he's a government agent. Okay, and in his flavor text, which is in a description box when you click on him, he says, We're looking for Satoshi, last name Nakamoto. You seen him? And that's just what he says. And it gives him a little more character. A lot of these are crypto-related flavor texts. Some aren't. I wanted to keep it kind of mixed up, give them their own kind of personality. I have another one. His name is Remy, and he's this like stuck-up rich guy. And he says, in his flavor text, "This crypto business is most unorthodox." You know, because there's a lot of haters out there, so I want to include them as my characters too. And I'll give you another example. I got a guy that's named Bugman, and he's got a spider on his head, and he's looking at him. And in his flavor text, he goes, "Look, Harry, we have 27 whole Satoshis now." So he's just talking to his bugs. He's a bug man, and he's excited that he has 27 Satoshis. So again, crypto related. Some are more of descriptions, like I have one named Dreamer, and it just says dreaming of rockets and moons, you know, so because Dreamer wouldn't really say anything while he's sleeping, I guess. But anyway, that's my stuff, and like I said, you could take a look if you're interested. I got the links below of my Rarible and my website, where you can get more information. But I was inspired off of like Crazy Bones, even like Pogs and Magic the Gathering, and just all, and like I said, Super Nintendo, like graphics wise and everything. So yeah, I thought it was really cool, and it's getting me to another point, which is that you guys can make these too. It wasn't hard. I didn't need to know any coding or anything. I keep talking about Rarible, but OpenSea is another one that I hear very good things about. That's another option where you can take your images or your music or whatever have you that can be tokenized and made into an NFT, and you can upload it, okay, and make your own. You can decide on the quantity. You can decide on things like royalties when it gets resold. If you get like say 10% of the sale for every time it gets sold thereafter, because you are the creator. But you know, it's not easy if you have good ideas and you're creative or you're an artist or whatever. If you want to make a collectible like this, it's not easy to mass produce a bunch of physical plastic guys like this. Maybe you have a 3D printer and you can make a few, but to mass produce them might be difficult, and you'd have to invest in a 3D printer. Cards, they're a little easier to make, but again, you can develop the images and everything, but you do have to find someone to print them, get them printed. If you really want to sell them, you gotta get them packaged and everything. You gotta try to sell them in a physical store, most likely. But with NFTs, you know, it's all digital. You can make art. It doesn't even have to be like mine, where they're like these characters that you try to collect. It can be photography too. Like I said, music, and it's just so simple that anyone can do it. And I encourage anyone who's interested, anyone who's creative, anyone who's an artist, look into Rarible or OpenSea and see if maybe you want to make your own. I use MetaMask to connect to them, because you will have to pay a gas fee to mint them, and it's actually pretty high right now, the Ethereum gas fees. But you can try doing it on low traffic days, or just times that maybe the gas fee is not so high, but it's something to check out. If you're not interested in making NFTs, but you like collecting, you can certainly go on to these platforms, Rarible and OpenSea, and see what's out there. Because there's a lot of cool collectibles. Some of them are redeemable. You can buy a card NFT and redeem it for the actual physical card, or for like a sculpture, or for, again, pretty much anything. And you can even buy it as an investment. So say you're looking at an NFT and you're like, wow, this guy, he's got some pretty cool stuff, and you know, he's early in the game. I think he's going to go places as this continues to blow up. I'm going to buy one or two of his NFTs, because I think 5 years from now, this guy's going to be famous, and this is going to be a real valuable NFT. So you can do it as an investment too, which collectors like to do. They like to collect things that they think are going to go up in value in time, and they may decide to sell or trade them in the future. So that's my first video for this channel. So I hope you liked it, and if you did, please leave a comment. If you didn't, please leave a comment, and just let me know. Let me know if there's something else you want me to talk about, or talk about something in more detail. But I'd like to kind of stick it to kind of collectibles and crypto and NFTs, because I think it's a really fun and exciting new thing that we all have an opportunity to get involved in, and we don't need to know all this coding to do it. All right, so until next time, thanks guys, see ya.